Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create a tree diagram showing an example of you having a study session and classifying the types of snacks that maybe you and your classmates bring to this get together study session. Okay, so the broad category is snacks, right? We're classifying types of snacks that could possibly be at a study session or a get together. So we might just first start saying, well, we could classify them as um, some sweet snacks versus maybe some more salty snacks. Sometimes that's how we choose what we want to snack on. Do we want something sweeter or something salty? And maybe for the sweet snacks, you might have more specifically maybe cookies. I often see those um, as this type of snack. And you also may have cupcakes. All right. And we could go further. Well, what kind of cookies do we have? I've seen some that are, let's say, peanut butter cookies, or they could be chocolate chip cookies, because many people love chocolate chip cookies. But we could go even further than that, and some chocolate chip cookies can have nuts, and some just are chocolate chip without nuts. So no nuts, with nuts. And just also, you want to be careful because some people are allergic to certain types of nuts. But I know in the past I have made chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. But sometimes I don't have walnuts. I've made them with pecans as well, right? And if you have any other further ingredients you add to either of these, you could keep going further down. But I'm going to stop there just because some good examples here. Now, if you think about cupcakes, maybe you have um, chocolate cupcakes. Those are always delicious. And maybe you have just, I don't know, it's the season, so maybe you have some strawberry flavored cupcakes. And you may have them, some cupcakes may have sprinkles in them. So you could have, I don't know, with sprinkles, and you may have them without, no sprinkles, for example. All right, now let's talk about, well, that was mostly the sweet snacks. Let's talk about some salty snacks. Maybe for salty snacks, we could say um, pretzels and chips are often popular, right? Okay, so let's talk about, we could further describe the types of chips. Maybe you have potato chips versus tortilla chips. And furthermore, we could say, well, what kind of potato chips? There's different flavors, right? You could have um, some that are spicy, some that are not, some that are, mm, let's call them spicy, not spicy. For example, I've seen potato chips that are like jalapeno flavored, jalapeno, and some that are even habanero. Those might be a little spicier, right? And then the not spicy ones, they might just be like, I don't know, salt and vinegar, Or maybe just plain, just salt, maybe sea salt, for example. Um, and we could even, for the tortilla chips, I've seen like blue corn, white corn, right? So here are just examples of what a tree looks like. And what I want to point out to you is that a tree diagram starts out very broad up here, right? This is a broad category. And as we keep going down the tree, we get more and more specific. So this is broad, but as we keep going down here, we get very specific in our details, right? So for example, if I look down here, I'm looking at a snack that is sweet, that's a cookie, that's chocolate chip, that has nuts, and specifically pecans, right? So up here is just the main broad, like a mama category. And way down here are like the babies, right? So everything you get from, they belong to the entire category, the broad category, but as you get further down the tree, they become more specific. So this is an example of what you're going to do with your quadrilateral shapes. Except yours is going to start out with a broad category up here of quadrilaterals. I'm going to abbreviate. You're going to create a tree with the shapes that's going to be a quadrilateral tree. Now for those shapes, you're going to have to color them in, right? And you may not need to use all of the shapes, but you will need to have them colored in and create a tree diagram that's similar to being starting off as very broad and then going down to very, very specific. And that's what you're going to do for uh, your quadrilateral tree diagram. And you'll have more specific written instructions about what to do and when to paste stuff in, right? Because you might have some mistakes. So you might just need to stop, read the instructions carefully, and then continue and see what you need to do.